Video we'll be talking about grit, discipline, and being lethal. What is grit? All right, a lot of people think grit is just hard work. Working 80 hours a week, working 12-hour shifts. Putting that work in. Just trying to stay in the fight, right? Which is true, right? And that is similar what grit is. But the question is that grit intentional? Right? Are you doing it for a purpose, for a mission that you are trying to achieve, a business that you're trying to build, a brand you're trying to establish, trying to put in that work to achieve that and put those hours in, those long days in, right? Then the work that you're doing is valid. And sometimes in life, that's what it requires to get to that hump, to get to that next level, right? Is that grit. It's that waking up, putting your head down, going through the storm, coming out the storm, enjoying the benefits of what you learned from the storm, and going right back in it, right? Because that's what grit is. It's you score your touchdown, and guess what? The game's not over, right? There's still time on the scoreboard, to make more touchdowns. So do you have the grit to continue scoring those touchdowns? That's between you and your hard work and your discipline, right? So that's what grit is. Getting up every day, fighting for what you're trying to achieve, fighting for your goals, fighting for your purpose, fighting for your family, fighting for your future family is very extremely important. What you're trying to do and trying to achieve, and that's what grit is. It's fighting to achieve that mission that you're trying to achieve and accomplish, in a short term or a long term period, right? And the second is discipline, right? How long can you do it? Are you always somebody who does things because it's easy right now? Or when things get hard, that's when you kind of quit. You kind of say, oh, this is not it. I did what I could. I gave everything I had, right? So, but do you have that discipline to keep going, right? When you're at that peak, when you're at that door, when you finally go through what you went through to get to that door, are you going to see what's on the other side? Or are you going to stop right there? That's on you. So that's the discipline, the habits, and the rituals, and routines that you must have to achieve that goal. Like it goes right back to having grit. With that grit, you have discipline. With discipline, you have grit. With that, the compounds with each other. Then you have to figure out what are you going to be disciplined to do? What is that? How are you going to achieve that? What are you going to do with that? And to have discipline to keep it and multiply it. And the third one is being lethal. Lethal is being a weapon, a deadly weapon, but controlled under pressure and trained to do what he or she needs to do to achieve what they're trying to, go for. That's why having grit, discipline, and being lethal, those three combined, you're unshakable, you're untouchable, you're immovable, and no one can beat you but you. Because at the end of the day, being lethal is you just know what you want, you're gonna go after it regardless. Like a sniper, right? We all play Call of Duty, we all see those movies. Calm, patient, eagle-like focus, tunnel vision on the target. And by the time you see them, they shot their shot. And it was precise, it was lethal, like you didn't see coming. So that's important of being lethal. Sometimes you have to be a sniper. Sometimes you have to climb up to that rooftop and make your shot. And make it so clean, so uncut that no one has ever seen before. So that's what you want to achieve. That's where you want to become lethal. That's the third biggest thing. what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to go for, having grit and being disciplined. It's been completely lethal. It's like a silent assassin. That's what being lethal is. And we can all become that. But what are you going to do to achieve becoming lethal? Becoming a weapon yourself. Destruction yourself, if need be. Are you capable of being lethal? To display it without displaying it. Keep that in mind. That's a bar. Like, subscribe, and comment. We can talk about it.